Kinesiology since 2009, and I love it. I guess I'll start with my own story before I take it into our philosophy. When I found kinesiology, my own health issues ranged from very low energy, weight fluctuations. Would go up and down in weight, but I didn't look healthy. I was very pasty, white, and big dark rings under my eyes. I started to develop skin rashes on my arms, and I was trying all sorts of supplements and food changes and didn't really know what was going on. I tried the conventional medical route and was tested for allergies. Nothing showed up. I was just told there's nothing wrong with you and that's it. So, but I knew, I shouldn't feel like low energy like that in my 20s. I should be bouncing off the walls with energy at that age. So, so I found kinesiology, and on the foundation course, within 2 minutes, everything was sorted out for me. I was basically told to stay off wheat during the food testing demonstration, and I did it. I just went, right, that's it, that's going to come out, and I've never looked back. My weight stabilised, my skin rashes cleared up, and my energy shot up. Now, aside from weight being my nemesis at the time, there was stress going on, there was some nutritional deficiencies as well, because the wheat was inhibiting my gut's absorption. So that started me then. I was just hooked, So I was like, if that's what it can do in a matter of minutes by finding something out that's so simple, in such a simple way for people, then I haven't looked back since, and I love doing it. So in terms of our philosophy for systematic kinesiology, this is our main diagram, and this is what's going on in our heads when we're treating clients. This is MCPE. And the M up here represents mental emotional. So basically it's, I suppose before I explain what each of them is to say that this is us looking at the whole picture of a person when they come to us. So you have the mental element, mental emotional, you have the physical structural element, the chemical nutritional element, and at the core of that is the energetic element, which the energy would be, I suppose some people would call it life force. It's basically the acupuncture system of meridians that we're working with. That's at the core of what we do. And then physical and structural, chemical, nutritional, and mental, emotional. So we're looking at the whole picture. Anyone who comes in with any ailment, we're thinking of the lot. We're not just thinking of the one area. So you get people maybe coming in with back pain, but you're not just looking at the back, because you could have a chemical cause for a physical symptom. Sometimes the symptoms people come in with aren't where the answer is. We have another saying, where it is, it isn't, in kinesiology. So it just reminds us to be thinking of the whole picture all the time. Like if you have a skin rash, skin problem, you typically be sent to a dermatologist who will only look at the skin. But for us, we're thinking, is there something chemical going on? Is there a stress going on? Is there structural correction that needs to take place? So it's that whole approach. And you've actually seen it in action a couple of times today. When Lorraine did her demo with the psoas muscle, the lady who was up here, I think it was Deirdre, she had an emotional stress that was implicating her structure, which was causing a hypertonic psoas muscle, which was affecting her back pain. And when the emotional stress was dealt with, the muscle went back from switching on and off correctly, as it should, which will then impact on the back pain. So do you see how we're looking at everything together, no matter what comes in? And for me, with my own issues, my symptoms were mostly physical. I had the skin rashes, I had the weight gain. Those were all physical symptoms, but my cause of my problems were chemical, because I was getting the wrong nutrition, the wrong foods, and I wasn't absorbing nutrition like magnesium, which is why I was so tired and drained all the time. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Yeah? Okay, so in terms of what health is, if you look at mental emotional, you're thinking clarity of thought, a positive, optimistic outlook on life. Yeah, like loving learning, things that motivate you, that kind of stuff. That's like a balanced picture of what mental and emotional health should look like. Physical structural health would be good muscle tone, good balance, not too much clumsiness, you know, no frequent injuries, that kind of thing. Exercise, all that impacts on our good physical health. And then chemically, this realm is to do with nutrition and absorption of nutrients in the body. So a good diet, and a good diet is what suits an individual. There's no set standard. That's why diets don't really work, because they're standardized as opposed to treating somebody on an individual basis. So, so nutrition and water falls under chemical. And then energetic, at the core would be our energy system, like having boundless energy. Having good energy, and things like geopathic stressors or radiation and things like that would impact on that. You know, I personally would know, so I know that's taking energy away from me, you know. So that just is to give you a picture of our little chart for health, and this is always where we're coming from in our philosophy at task when we're treating anyone. So, so we're not leaving any part of the body out, we're not isolating anything, and we're treating the person as opposed to maybe the illness, you know, we're treating the whole picture. I might just put that into context for you if I could have somebody up for a demo. It's just a simple demo to show you how each of these realms can affect a muscle test. Would anyone like to come up and do that? Yeah? What's your name?
Charlie.
Charlie, nice to meet you. Okay, so if you want, you can just kind of sit on the end of the thing. Is that okay?
Yeah.
So I'm going to use a PMC muscle test, which is related to the stomach circuit, and I'm just going to show you. I'm just going to test first to see. I'll just come around this way. If I have a strong indicator muscle. So when we're doing muscle testing, we need to know that a muscle is working correctly in the clear, as we call it. So that means, does a muscle switch on and does it switch off? Okay, before we start. So if you push over towards me, okay, nice light pressure, go again. Okay, getting stronger all the time. Okay, so just push gently and I'll match your pressure. Okay, so can I get you to pop off your shoe for me? I just want to. So in kinesiology as well, we use the acupuncture system. What I'm doing here, there's a point on the second toe, which is on the meridian line for the stomach, which starts up under the eye, goes around the face, down the body. There's 14 meridians in total in acupuncture, and this is the energetic realm of what we do. So on the second toe is what we would call a sedation point, which should switch off a muscle, okay? So if I contact that and then retest the muscle, if it's working correctly, it should switch off, which it does. And now, push again, it goes back to strong. So it's a temporary way to see is a muscle functioning as it should, okay? Muscle is strong in the clear, sedation point to switch it off. If that didn't switch off, there's other problems there that need to be balanced first before you can use it as an indicator for what you're trying to find out about the body. So, so we know that that one's working clear, so I can go ahead with that. That's on the stomach energy channel. So in relation to MCPE, things that would affect that circuit, in relation to mental emotional stress would impact on that. And we've already covered that in Liam's talk about ESR, that, you know, when you feel stressed or you get bad news, you never feel like eating, do you? You just feel like your stomach is, you know, contracts. So the stomach would be a place where you would hold worry and anxiety. So would you have something that you could bring to mind that would cause you stress or worry at the moment that you could think of?
Stick to it.
Okay, so if you just bring that to mind, okay, and I'm going to see what happens. When she's thinking of something that stresses her, what's going to happen to this muscle? Okay, so give me a nod when you have it in your mind and you're focused on it.
Okay.
Okay, I'm pushing for me now. It's very weak. Okay, so that's an example of how an emotional thought can switch off a muscle. An emotional reason for a physical symptom. Okay, what else would switch off that muscle? On the structural side, if I ask you to kind of, if you want to sit up there actually a little bit more. So if I ask you to just kind of slump your body, okay, like that, that's it, perfect, okay. And I'm going to test it now, okay. Pushing over that way for me, and it's weak, okay? Because when she's slumped in that position, your energy channels aren't sort of flowing, you're impeding the flow of energy to the muscle circuit. So it will weaken it, okay? So again, we've done a mental reason, we've done a structural reason. Then chemically, if you were sensitive to a food, have you had any food testing done today?
Not today.
Not today, okay. Would you be sensitive to anything that you're aware of? Okay, well let me get something. Would anyone have a couple of those little testing pots from me? Thanks, Sheila. And let's just see if there's something here. So we'll go back again now and we'll just check it on its own. Keep your mind in neutral. Okay, and push that way for me. And it's strong, okay? So, let me just see. I'll ask you to hold that up to your jaw. Don't look at what it is. Okay?
Up here?
Yeah, just on your cheek there. That's
Touch.
it. Yeah,
Okay.
perfect. And let's see. Now this may or may not affect her, but we'll just test it and see. Push. Okay. So it does affect her adversely. It takes energy away from her. You're afraid to know what it is?
No, I think I know.
What do you think it is?
Probably wheat or
Yeah,
bread.
your instinct is right. Yeah, absolutely. So it is wheat. So I just wanted to sorry, what was your name? Geraldine. I just wanted to show you this in action. How a muscle test can give us so much information. And obviously the reason I used the stomach was so I could associate worry, which is associated with the stomach. Other circuits are associated with different emotions. Worry and anxiety for the stomach circuit, and then it's also, the stomach is a good muscle to use for food testing. And the physical side then showing you how, slumping can impede the flow of energy and then switch off the muscle. So does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Yeah? Thank you, Geraldine. Thanks very much. Sorry about the bad news from the week. So yeah, that's our core philosophy and what's going on in our minds when we have anyone on the plinth. MCPE is what it's all about, and it's, for me, it's the only thing that kind of, I had that aha moment when I was studying, was like, just all the dots are joined. Everything is connected and everything impedes on everything else. So if you have an imbalance in one aspect, other things are going to be knocked off kilter. And when you find the cause problem and sort that out, then other things will fall into balance as well. Okay, so thanks very much for listening, and enjoy the rest of your day discovering kinesiology.
Thank you.